Section 1. Red Lines Drawn in the Sand. Written by George Friedman, The Storm Before the Calm. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov delivered a stark message to the United States: do not test our resolve. His warning came amidst swirling reports of a potential U.S. decision to supply Ukraine with long-range missiles. For Russia, such a move would be a dangerous provocation, striking at the heart of its security concerns. Lavrov's statement lays bare the escalating tensions between Russia and the West, with the U.S. firmly in the crosshairs. The conflict in Ukraine has become a proxy war, with the U.S. and its allies providing significant military aid to Kyiv. Russia sees this as direct interference, fueling the flames of conflict. The potential for miscalculation is dangerously high. Both Russia and the U.S. possess formidable military capabilities, including nuclear arsenals. Lavrov's warning is a chilling reminder of the stakes involved. The world watches with bated breath, hoping for a diplomatic solution to avert catastrophe. The proposed transfer of Joint Air-to-Surface Standoff Missiles, or JASSMs, to Ukraine has ignited fury in Moscow. These advanced weapons would significantly bolster Ukraine's offensive capabilities, potentially enabling strikes deep within Russian territory. For Russia, this is a red line that cannot be crossed. Lavrov argues that supplying JASSMs to Ukraine would signal a dangerous escalation by the U.S. It would be a clear demonstration of direct involvement in the conflict, pushing the boundaries of proxy warfare. The consequences, he warns, would be severe. The controversy surrounding long-range missiles highlights the precarious balance of power in the region. The U.S. maintains that its support for Ukraine is purely defensive, aimed at helping a sovereign nation resist aggression. Russia, however, sees it as a direct challenge to its own security and a threat to its interests. Lavrov's warnings extend beyond the immediate crisis in Ukraine. He evokes the specter of global conflict, drawing parallels to the devastating wars of the 20th century. The message is clear. The current situation could spiral out of control, with unforeseen and catastrophic consequences. The Russian foreign minister accuses the U.S. and its allies of underestimating the risks involved, particularly the potential for nuclear confrontation. He emphasizes Russia's nuclear doctrine, stating that these weapons are not merely a deterrent, but a guarantee of its very survival. The current standoff between Russia and the U.S. is a chilling reminder of the Cold War era. The threat of nuclear annihilation, once a distant memory, has resurfaced with terrifying immediacy. The world is at a crossroads, with the potential for both cooperation and cataclysm. Section 4. The Shadow of Nuclear War. Lavrov's pronouncements on Russia's nuclear doctrine have sent shockwaves through the international community. His words serve as a stark reminder of the continued relevance of nuclear weapons in the 21st century, particularly in the context of the Ukraine conflict. While both Russia and the U.S. have repeatedly stated that a nuclear war is unwinnable and must never be fought, the risk of miscalculation remains a terrifying possibility. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine has exposed the fragility of the post-Cold War order and the ever-present danger of nuclear brinkmanship. The world holds its breath, hoping for restraint and de-escalation. The use of nuclear weapons would have unthinkable consequences, causing widespread death and devastation on an unimaginable scale. The stakes have never been higher. Section 5. Shifting sands in Ukraine. Meanwhile, the situation on the ground in Ukraine remains volatile. Recent events, such as the missile strike on Lviv and the subsequent reshuffle within the Ukrainian government, underscore the unpredictable nature of the conflict. The Lviv attack, in particular, demonstrated the reach and lethality of the Russian military. The city, located far from the front lines, was considered relatively safe. The missile strike shattered this illusion, sending a chilling message about Russia's willingness to escalate. The reshuffle within the Ukrainian government, while intended to streamline decision-making processes, has also raised concerns about internal stability. In times of war, even the slightest hint of disunity can be exploited by adversaries. Section 6. A plea for diplomacy. As tensions between Russia and the US reach a fever pitch, the need for diplomacy has never been more urgent. The world teeters on a precipice, with the specter of a wider conflict looming large. The US and its allies must acknowledge Russia's security concerns, particularly regarding NATO expansion and the deployment of weapon systems near its borders. Dialogue, while difficult, is the only path to de-escalation and a lasting peace. The alternative is unthinkable. A full-blown conflict between nuclear-armed superpowers would have catastrophic consequences for humanity. The time for restraint, dialogue, and a commitment to peace is now.